Hi, I'm Chris Katulka with the Friends of Israel Gospel Ministry, and this is an Eye on the Middle East. The Times of Israel reports that Arab leaders, including Iran's president, met in Saudi Arabia earlier this month to discuss Israel's war against Hamas in Gaza. The Arab leaders condemned Israel's actions in its war against the terrorist regime, accusing it of crimes and terrorism against the Palestinian people. However, the summit in Riyadh also exposed the regional divisions among the Arab nations on how to respond to the war in Gaza. The 57 mostly Muslim majority states drafted a declaration rejecting Israeli claims that it is acting in self-defense. It also demanded that the United Nations Security Council adopt a decisive and binding resolution to halt Israel's aggression. And they also called for an end to weapons sales to Israel and dismissed any future political resolution that would keep Gaza separate from the West Bank. Now, several Arab countries demanded even more pressure against Israel. The more hardline draft resolution would have prevented the transfer of U.S. equipment to Israel from bases in Arab countries. It would have also called to freeze all diplomatic and economic ties with Israel. It threatened to use oil as leverage to put pressure on Israel. It would have prevented flights to and from Israel using Arab countries' airspace. And it would have formed a joint mission to put pressure on Western nations to demand a ceasefire. Well, the countries that voted against those clauses were Egypt, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, Sudan, Morocco, Mauritania, and Djibouti. Now, this is a sign that the Abraham Accords are working. Remember, Egypt and Jordan already had peace agreements with Israel, but the Trump administration, through the Abraham Accords, invited the UAE, Bahrain, Sudan, and Morocco into a peace agreement with Israel. The Saudis' rejection of that hardline resolution is a positive sign for a potential peace as well. During that meeting, however, the Iranian president, Ibrahim Raisi, pushed to label the Israeli army a terrorist organization and told the summit that the only solution to the conflict is a Palestinian state from the river to the sea, which means the elimination of the state of Israel. Well, here's my take. The big takeaway from this summit is that the Saudis and the Iranians are playing nice with each other as they condemn Israel together. The difference, however, is that the Saudis refuse to take action against Israel. They're putting the pressure on the United Nations to act, while the Iranians boldly wish to see the Jewish state eliminated once and for all.